I'm on this whole tear in my life to not leave behind a huge mess when I'm dead for my children to clean up. So I've committed to doing this. This is day one. I'm just going to do one thing, all right? Here's the first thing. On top of the refrigerator is a bag of rubber bands. I used these when I was growing greens and selling them at a market. I haven't touched these in 3 years, 4 years, maybe 5 years. It was a long time ago. Goodbye, rubber bands. There we go. I started. That's the hardest thing to do. And look at this refrigerator. I'm sure there's something on here that I could throw away. Nope, I've done enough. That's enough for today. And I did the dishes. That's pretty good. And I'm making my own dinner. And yeah, I'm making progress. But there's plenty of room for improvement. All right, it's day 2. A couple of bags of garbage. Kind of a metal piece. The metal stuff stays in a separate pile because we can get rid of that for free. And yesterday while I was grilling my steak or waiting for the grill to catch on, I started cleaning off this mess. Of course, you know, I filled this bag, and there's some stuff I want to keep, and there's just stuff I want to get off of there. Here's another something. So it's just taking a minute and using it as a conscious meditation, you know, just to, like this, an old glove, like this, get rid of that. Just little stuff that I've never taken the time to deal with because I have so many other things going, some of which is in my brain, some of which is, oh, that hurt. That was sharp and pokey. What the hell was that? Oh, that was some animals. Oh, that was a turtle. That was a turtle that died. Man, that was like sharp little spines. Yeah, some of the stuff I should do with gloves. Yeah. But anyway, I got to go to the farm. But just taking a minute here and there. That's what I'm doing. And we'll see in 5 years what the farm looks like, what my life looks like. I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it anymore to live in clutter, to live in crap, and no one is going to fix it for me. Like, that's the thing. I mean, I've got crap all over the place. And normally what I do is I beat up on myself for being a slob, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just done beating up on myself, doing the best I can, and I'm getting better at doing just a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. It's a little bit at a time, and now I'm gonna mow for the rest of the day, and then I'm gonna move my sheep, and then I'm gonna come back home, and then I'm gonna visit my dad in the hospital, and that's it. That's the whole day. No time for music, not much time for anything else, but I'm getting done what has to be done because I am a grown-up now. I'm practicing being a grown-up. All right, so in a little over an hour, I have cleared out this mess down here, took all the pots that were hanging there, basically right at my eye level, so I couldn't do the dishes and look out and see the view. Like, I want to make doing the dishes somewhat pleasurable. So the pots and pans that we actually use are now down here. And then, of course, there was this drawer, and a lot of it's in the garbage, but this is all the stuff that was in that drawer. And I probably should get some little subdividers so it doesn't all slosh around, but I don't know if I can pull that off today. But, yeah, a little rainy weather, and my dad's actually in the hospital, so I'm working out my anxiety and taking a little time out of his energy field to just kind of clear some things off. I vacuumed. I cleared off the table, sort of. I've gone through all kinds of crap, still throwing stuff out. But, you know, to have multiple boxes of toothpicks, like, we just need one, you know, just one box. And there's some up there. And as it is, he uses a toothpick for weeks. He'll drop it on the floor and pick it right up and stick it right back in his mouth. So, anyway. Yeah, work in progress, but true to my word, this is day 3 of my commitment to not leave behind a huge dumpster fire for my children. My dad is not capable of doing anything to clear anything out. He never has been, and that's okay. I love him. He has many fine qualities. Neatness and being able to let go of stuff is not one of them. I think those can go out to the recycle. I'm just looking around. I'm just seeing stuff everywhere. Everywhere that can be gotten rid of. Just, the things we hold on to. It's about letting go. And this is my pile. Like, I'm not working on my stuff. I'm just trying to find something that would feel pleasurable to deal with. And I'm following the pleasure, and I've gotten totally distracted a few times. I went downstairs to get the vacuum cleaner, but I got distracted by a bunch of boxes that needed to be broken down there. And so I'm not beating myself up or trying to stay on task. I'm just kind of moving from thing to thing, just trying to enjoy the process and to not make it into a chore. So that's the update for today. It's Tuesday, the 28th of July, I think. Yes, it is the 28th of July. So progress is being made. It's not going, very fast, but it's going. Boom. This cleaning and organizing opportunity has been brought to you by rain. Sometimes it rains, and it rains some more, and then it rains some more. That is the way of the world. Enjoy your rainy day in a constructive, joyful way. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, so still have a lot of stuff. It's all useful, and we can actually dig through it and find it. Still have pots and pans. That I worked on a while ago. And over here, I got rid of the knives that we never use and left just the knives we do use. And here's a bunch of stuff that we ended up not keeping, but I'm making a box. So stuff that we can sell at a garage sale or give away to a thrift store or whatever. We can do it. Boom. Today's focus, while we're having a moment of not rain, is all the stuff I collected just this week in my chair to start cleaning stuff up just a little bit every day. That's my big freaking goal. I do not want to become one of these farmers that has 50 years of crap lying on the farm because I'm so busy trying to keep the farm going that I'm not taking care of, life. So that's one of the goals that I'm working on, and as I said before in another video perhaps, seeing what my niece went through when her dad died suddenly and left her an apartment full of crap. That then, you know, she was living her life, and all of a sudden she has to drop everything and spend 3 weeks cleaning out his stuff. You know, so my dad's a pack rat. He's 99 today. It's his birthday. And I love him dearly. But he's not going to clean out all the stuff. He's got one leg. This is going to be my job, and it's my job now. And you know what? I don't want to wait. I want to start clearing it out. I'm clearing my stuff and his stuff. I've got all kinds of old machinery that I need to get rid of. I want to explore a different way of living. And I've just kind of had it with being the way I've been. Being sloppy. Being too distracted doing other things. Like I've been too distracted to just deal with this. Right? And I've got a pile of kind of crappy fences over there that now weeds are growing over. Vines are growing. It's like if you put it down and don't get rid of it, stuff grows on it. Oh, geez. So that's the theme of this week is, you know what? Make a decision and make the change you want to make and just start. Start doing it a little bit every day. Don't overwhelm yourself with it. Give yourself some props because you're doing something. Give yourself a little encouragement. Reinforce that you're making progress. Find a way to reward yourself. Those metal things, I'm just going to make a pile of metal. I don't think this qualifies as metal because it's got that whole plastic thing with the bottom broke. I'm holding on to this thing going, well, maybe I can fix it. No, it's never going to be fixed. And then this thing was a seltzer thing, but then Bed Bath & Beyond went out of business and you couldn't get the seltzer things. And then I realized, you know what, when I drink seltzer, it kind of gives me acid reflux. So I'm not drinking seltzer anymore. Just regular water. Room temperature water. By the way, don't drink a bunch of ice water while you're eating because it screws up your digestion, all right? Not only does it dilute the digestive juices, but it changes the temperature, and the temperature is very critical for different enzymes in your stomach, different cells to make the proper kind of stuff. All right, let's see here. I have, this is kind of a stinky garbage. I don't know how many earwigs are in there. This is last week's garbage. I'm now getting garbage pickup once a week. We were an every other week kind of gig. And now we're doing it every week so that I have no excuse. Just every Thursday morning, stuff is going out. Stuff is going out every Thursday morning. And yeah. So some other projects I started. And that's the other thing I'm trying to, there's a bunch of crap down in there. Be nice to get rid of that. This is metal. So that can go in the metal pile. It's free to get rid of metal at the transfer station. Oh shoot, this is full of crap. All right, so we're going to pack up this cardboard. Like I used to try to tie it with string, and that's always a mess. So what I'm gonna use instead is just what we call gaffer's tape. It's kind of like duct tape, but it's not quite as sticky. So it's easier to work with, and it's easier to rip. And it's perfect for just tying up cardboard. All right, so I used the gaffer's tape to wrap the cardboard. This I'm gonna put in a bag because the deal is they drive to the transfer station, then they have to unload. They don't want loose crap. And the other big piece, you saw those takeout containers. I'm no longer gonna do takeout ever again. Anytime I wanna do takeout, I'm either gonna fast, have a handful of cashews, or I'm gonna just buy Bitcoin with the money that I would have spent on the takeout. So I was eating these sandwiches at the State Street Deli in Hewelton because they're delicious and they make their own potato chips, but I never felt good afterwards. It was too much food, and I asked them if they could make me a half a sandwich, and they said, no, we don't do that. So I'm like, okay. I'm going to stop eating lunch, and I've lost a good 10 pounds since I started just not worrying about lunch. If I stay busy, I don't get hungry. And so between breakfast and dinner, I just keep myself engaged in doing things that move my world forward. That bag is not full yet, so I'm gonna put some more crap in there. This is all the stuff I almost never use that was in drawers. Basically never use it. I moved all the pots down here so I can now look out the window. So a lot of this is about me taking care of me. I had a bunch of crap in here. I did clear some of that out. I still have a bunch of that's all bacon grease. I should have put it in the freezer, but some of it's been sitting on the counter now for a couple of months, so I'm gonna probably throw most of that away. This is just my clutter. This is my clutter. And so trying to not overwhelm myself, but just a little bit every day. And that's the attitude I'm gonna take pretty much with everything. I'm gonna mow a little bit every day. I'm gonna work on my YouTube a little bit every day. I'm gonna work on the house a little bit every day. Give me a little bit every day. Give myself a little break every day. Just little bits, little tiny habits. All right, what was I gonna do next? Oh, I was gonna get a big garbage bag for that stuff in the can and gloves. All right, one of the things I'm giving myself permission to do is to work with my own ADHD mind. And so, like, I still have some garbage here that needs to go out, and I'm not done with a couple of things. And I grabbed a couple of pots on the way by and dumped the soil mix into one of the raised beds. That wasn't on task. That was a distraction. But I didn't beat myself up for distracting, and I didn't not do it. I just did it and enjoyed the process of, wow, this was really good. That's the whole thing, is to focus on, I have to clear out the garage, or I have to clean up. No, it's like, I get to, right? Like, I have someone who for a very small amount of money will pick up my garbage and take it to the transfer station for me. I don't have to schedule it. I don't have to arrange it. It's every week now, every single week. Oh, I'm getting a call. Well, there you have it. Just a couple hours worth of work. Maybe even call it a couple hours worth of clearing out play. And someone else is going to take it from there. To me, that's a beautiful thing. They have a business. This is their service. I pay for it. They take it away. It saves me hours in driving back and forth to the transfer station. And right now it's about time. It's all about leverage, using this thing called money to save me time and to convert it into kinetic energy and value. So if I can do my job mowing and grazing these solar places well, I will get paid, and then I can use that money to hire other people to do things that I don't have time to do or don't want to do. And that's the beauty of money. you know? So, yeah, cowbunga Shazam. So Mark Shepherd here, Healing Pastures. I call it the farm church, but I'm also a solar shepherd, and I'm learning a lot about that, kind of doing it, bootstrapping myself at age 65 into a couple of new careers. One is the raising of hair sheep for meat. I also have a couple of side hustles with beef cattle and pigs, pastured pigs. But the main thing is sheep under solar, and until I have enough sheep, there's going to be a lot of mowing. And there may be mowing even after I have enough sheep, because you can't always time it perfectly. And sometimes it's too wet to put the sheep, sometimes it's too wet to mow, sometimes it just doesn't line up. So I'm trying to integrate all that stuff with a lifelong passion for kind of understanding how my mind works, and how when I think certain thoughts, it causes like the opposite of what I want. So learning how to change my thoughts, learning how to notice my thoughts, learning how to notice whatever emotions I'm in, and allowing them to do what they need to do, teach me what they need to teach, but not getting stuck in them. And part of cleaning up is challenging. Excuse me. Part of cleaning up around the place is challenging some of my own beliefs about, oh, I'm a slob. That's just a belief. I don't like being in chaos. And when I'm at my girlfriend's house, she is very neat and orderly. And it always feels so good being there. Whereas when I look around here, I just like, geez, you know, I've been busy all day, and now I have to clean up. Like, there's a whole resistance thing that happens. So I'm learning how to just go, just take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. No big deal. Just do 5 minutes. Just grab this one pot and dump it. You know, not you have to do all of this and this place has to look manicured by the end of it. No, I have stuff to do that pays me money. So that's the priority. And then if I can use that money to make my life better, that's a good use of money, I think. Because ultimately, it's just energy. It's not about being rich. We're already rich. Just being alive and healthy is rich. So I want to talk about stuff like that. And I don't know if I should start another channel or what I should do. There's so much advice out there, but I think the bottom line is, if I can just focus on Healing Pastures covers everything. It covers my spirituality, it covers the farming, it covers the solar stuff, it covers, you know, caretaking a 99-year-old who is, you know, his body is not doing that great, but he's still alive, he's still kicking, he's still got his mind, well, at least some of it. There are programs for people who have dementia and Alzheimer's to support their caregivers, but there's no programs for just really old people to support their caregivers. That's a whole other topic. Let me know in the comments below if any of the stuff I just blabbered on about is interesting to you, because I want to make content that's helpful to people, not just, this is what I did today. You know, it's like, can I learn something on camera that then will help me do a better job? Can I record something that years from now I'll look back and go, yeah, that was a pivot point? Or can I make content that helps people to just, you know, I'll try what that guy said. I'll try 5 minutes. I'll try 5 minutes of straightening up without giving myself a lot of criticism or grief about what a slob I am or how this always happens to me and blah, 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 blah. So practicing letting go of self-pity, deeply spiritual concept, deeply universal. We've all been kind of tricked into thinking we're more important than we are and that matters. But we live in an attention economy. So if you have something that's valuable that can help other people, it's kind of the right time to share it, but there's no perfect way to do it. And my nose is running. I gotta go blow my nose. Bleh, a lot of dust. And there it goes. And next week, there will be another pile. And the week after that, another pile. And the week after that, another pile. In the meantime, give yourself a reward. You did it. You got started. You're making progress. Cowabunga Shazam. We're gonna have a hell of a raspberry crop this year. By the way. We had a couple apples last year. This year we had one. And we still have one apple. It's a Honeycrisp. And some, looks like a robin, tried to build a nest in the fork of this tree. And look, there's a snail. These damn snails are everywhere. Those are the snails that kill my sheep. Die, snail. No. The thing is, the creator, nature, God, whatever you want to call it, loves the snail, loves the parasite, loves the microbes in the soil as much as it loves us. So, and this to me is a beautiful, carefree garden. We got a little, I forget what that is. It's a creeping vine that has beautiful flowers. And then we have the sensitive fern here. Just fills it in quite nicely. I got a couple little trees that need to be taken out, but I like things that are low maintenance. Look at that. That's a beautiful garden. Did nothing. Did nothing. This one's not so beautiful. This is a kind of a raspberry that is very well adapted to winters here, but if you cut it back, you're not going to get anything until the following year. That's a drag. Whereas I have another strain of raspberry that, if you cut it, it fruits on the new branches. So if you cut it back, it'll fruit on all the branches that grow from that point forward. And every year it has one crop. I'm talking about this other kind of raspberry. I should go do it. I should go like point the camera at the raspberry I'm talking about. All right, so this strain of raspberry, you can see all the fruit about to come, and the fruit that is already coming is from last year's growth, sprouting new growth. Last year's stalks sprouting new growth, but then most of the new growth happens for August. So, oh, that's a good treat. That's so sweet. Anyway, so the whole thing, do more of what works and less of what doesn't work. And in fact, do less and less. In general, do less and less, make smaller commitments, and just don't get overwhelmed by the big picture. Just one step in front of the other is my motto this summer. Anyway, I'm gonna go do some mowing and make some progress there.